Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am so incredibly pumped to have you joining us. We're doing something really special today. If you've been feeling that tight knot in your stomach about your future career, I want you to treat this Explainer like your very own personal mentoring session. We're going to unpack this really profound conversation from our source material, a true story about a mentor who sat down with a deeply anxious IT student just days before graduation. We're going to break down that anxiety and build a concrete, totally actionable roadmap for your professional life.
So, picture this. Yesterday, a student walks up to his mentor. He was super quiet, and honestly, you could just tell by looking at him that he was carrying this massive weight on his shoulders, just completely overwhelmed by the thought of hunting for a job. After catching up for a second, he just blurts out this exact quote: "Sir, I'm about to graduate from my IT course, but I still don't know how to start my career." The mentor, he didn't even answer right away. Why? Because he knew this student was absolutely not alone. It's an incredibly relatable, almost universal feeling, right? You spend years and years studying, and then bam, suddenly you're standing on the edge of a cliff, staring down at the real world.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1. The fear before graduating. Is it normal to feel this way? Look, before we even touch on code or portfolios or getting hired, we have to talk about the psychology of actually stepping out of the classroom. The transition from student to professional. It's rarely a smooth ride. There's excitement, sure, but running right alongside that excitement is a very distinct, very heavy sense of fear. So I have to ask, do you also feel this fear? Do you scroll through job postings and get that sinking sensation that your knowledge just isn't enough, or that you're going to end up without a job at all? If you're nodding your head right now, just take a deep breath. As the mentor pointed out, almost every single successful person you admire in this industry sat exactly where you are right now, feeling the exact same way. Let's break down exactly what was going through that student's mind, which is probably what's going through yours too. There are 3 super common fears that just paralyze graduating students. First up, the fear of inadequate knowledge, that feeling that despite all your classes, you don't actually know how to do the job. Second, that crushing fear of unemployment, the nightmare of sending out hundreds of resumes and hearing crickets. And third, the fear of simply not being ready for the real world. These are the ghosts haunting literally every fresh graduate's mind. But, as we're going to see, the root of this fear usually comes from a massive misunderstanding of what the real world actually expects from you.
Now, what's really interesting about this next part is Section 2. What do companies look for? The reality of the job hunt. We tend to build up this terrifying version of employers in our heads, don't we? We convince ourselves that companies are hunting for some impossible standard, like this flawless, robotic, fresh graduate who knows absolutely everything on day one and literally never makes a mistake. But the truth? It's completely different. No company on earth expects a fresh graduate to be perfect. What they are actually desperate for is someone who is willing to learn, someone who knows how to collaborate with the team, and who is ready to just improve and adapt every single day. Doesn't that take so much pressure off? They aren't hiring you for what you already know in your head. They're hiring you for your capacity to learn. All right, moving right along, Section 3, the value of your portfolio, why a diploma is not enough. It is awesome to know that companies want eager learners, but you can't exactly just waltz into an interview and say, "Hey, I'm eager to learn." You have to prove it. The mentor in our source material looked at his anxious student and asked these 2 exact questions. Do you have a portfolio? The student shook his head. Do you have a GitHub account? Nothing. Are there any personal projects you can show? Just total silence. So I'm putting the question to you right now. Do you have these things? Do you have tangible, real-world proof of your skills that exist outside of a university grading system? If the answer is no, hey, don't panic. But we absolutely need to be honest with ourselves about it.
When the student got quiet, the mentor just gave a warm smile and said this: "That is exactly where we need to start. And I am saying the exact same thing to you. Acknowledging what you lack isn't a failure, guys. It's literally the blueprint for your success. If you want a killer career in IT, you've got to bring more than just a piece of paper to the table. You need to start building things you can actually show off." So how do we chunk this down into manageable pieces so it's not so scary? Listen, you don't need to build the next Facebook or TikTok. You just need to build projects that show how you think and how you solve problems. Start with a simple website, build a basic mobile application, go back and polish up your capstone project so it's actually ready to present. Write a small automation tool that makes a daily chore easier, or just create a little app that solves one highly specific problem. Any of these will serve as undeniable evidence of your skills, your initiative, and your ability to just get things done.
Let's move to and see how this builds. Section 4, AI as your partner, how to become more productive. Because having a portfolio is really just the baseline nowadays. The mentor then asked his student a totally crucial question for today's world. Now that AI is here, are you learning any AI tools or skills? Just knowing how to code is not enough anymore. So here is your cheat sheet for modern IT development. You need to learn how to use AI for these 4 specific areas. For coding, use it to quickly knock out boilerplate and basic syntax so you can actually focus on the architecture. For debugging, let AI help you track down and fix those frustrating errors way faster than combing through Stack Overflow for hours on end. For documentation, let it explain complex code blocks clearly. And for research and problem solving, use it to accelerate your learning and test out your logic. Using AI doesn't make you a lazy programmer, folks. It makes you a highly efficient one.
We really need to address the elephant in the room here. So many students are terrified that AI is this menacing robot coming to steal their jobs before they even get started. You have to scrub that mindset completely. You must reframe AI as a collaborative partner, a katwang that exists to make you a better, faster, and much more capable professional. It is absolutely not there to replace you, it's there to elevate you.
And why is this reframe so critically important? Because the industry is actively out there searching for people who can ride this wave and adapt to new technologies. Remember earlier when we said companies want someone willing to learn? Well, by expanding your knowledge of AI tools while you build your portfolio, you are literally proving to employers that you are the adaptable, forward-thinking candidate they are desperate for. You're showing them you don't fear the future, you utilize it. We're getting to the best part now. Section 5. Start before you are ready. The secret of successful IT professionals. We are coming up on the climax of the mentor's advice now, and this is the mindset shift that will change everything for you. Before they parted ways, the mentor shared the ultimate secret of successful IT professionals. Every single great software engineer, every brilliant web developer, data analyst, network engineer, and top-tier IT pro working out there today, they all started in the exact same place you are right now. They started as terrified beginners with a head full of questions, anxieties, and doubts. No one is born with a keyboard in hand, naturally knowing how to deploy scalable cloud infrastructure.
So what actually separates them from the people who just give up? The only difference is that they never stopped learning. They kept building. They kept tinkering. While other people let the fear of not knowing enough completely paralyze them, these professionals let their curiosity drive them forward. They understood that in the IT world, the learning absolutely does not stop at graduation. Graduation is simply day 1 of your real education.
So the crucial point is this final piece of advice the mentor gave. Don't wait to be ready before you start. If you sit around waiting until you feel 100% prepared, you are going to be waiting forever. Start building that simple website today. Go create that GitHub account today. While you are learning, while you're building projects, and while you're leveraging awesome new tools like AI, that is exactly when you will slowly but surely become ready. Readiness isn't some magical feeling you wait for. It is a state you achieve through action. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question directly from our source material to really chew on. If you are a graduating IT student today, what is your biggest concern before entering the industry? Is it the portfolio? Is it surviving the technical interview? Or maybe it's just knowing where to even click apply first? Take this mentor's advice to heart, guys. Acknowledge the fear, start building your proof, embrace the tools of the future, and whatever you do, just start. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next explainer.